guys, welcome to another episode on the channel. We're here back at Long Beach BMW Motorcycles to service the bike for the first time. We're gonna unlock the rev limit and get an oil change. Now we'll really unlock the true power.
So you got just basically checking over all the hardware for the frames and swing arms, and make sure everything's like breaking in correctly, that you don't have any loose, like with your swing arm, that it's not loose, or that your steering bearings are set in correctly. You want to check the chain to see how it's breaking in, your brake fluid, your pads, make sure this everything was put together correctly and it's all in sync. So we'll go through all that. We'll change the oil, hook the bike up to the computer, and it'll run tests through all the control units to make sure they're communicating with each other, and then
we unlock
the rev limiter. Yeah. So we'll unlock the rev limiter, and then just reset the mileage and date and see if any faults have occurred.
I never used Ferrari for a bike, as in I know not to make it. So I just use Netflix. And it's so funny because there's like a brand that yeah, and people have stuff to it.
I know the Big Four or whatever, done off forever.
Yeah, and so you'll get some really good tires.
Well, I got 500 miles.
Yeah,
Right,
still looking clean. Yeah.
Is there anything I should be watching out for, like just while riding it, or just things I should be checking?
Yeah, things you want to do is obviously keep an eye on your tires. Make sure you check for nails or anything you may have got, hit on it.
Over when I put it on the stand at home.
Yeah, check your chain. Kind of keep an eye on that, and then your tire pressures. Those are the things that you want to do.
What pressure do you like front and rear? For canyons?
Well, like for me, I kind of set them at 36, 38, which is a little high for these bikes. But depending on the rider, they can let the air out if they need. If they want, I'll do like 34, 36 would probably be good all around. If I set them to 36, 38, the guy may be heavier. I don't really get to see the customer, so I don't really know their weight. But
I'm 180.
And if you want to let it out, you can let it out. But it's harder to put air in, So if I set it to 32, 34, and the guy wants 34, he's gonna ride around all day looking for a gas station to put air in it, So yeah, if I set them all a little high, the guy can, depending on who the rider is, they can let the air out.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so it's like controversy. People talk about tire pressures all the time. Is whatever your preferences are above like.
I was asking a friend, I was like, what do you even notice between a high pressure and a low pressure?
More grip and no.
Yeah. So higher pressure.
We see how far I'm going.
Yeah. So, but it's still, when it's time to react, if you have less tire pressure, it's going to grip better. If you have higher pressure, some guys want to get like 12,000 miles out of a tire, and so they run it at 42. And
I want sticky.
Yeah. So
lower.
Sticky, you go a little bit.
You go like 32, 34.
Yeah, probably right around there. Yeah. My son works. So he used to work for a California Superbike school. Okay. And he would set the tire pressures, to what, like 28 or something like that. He would get guys that would be like, no, I gotta have it at 32. And it would become like an argument on what they thought was the best. But you basically just set it to what your comfort is, And if you notice that it's starting to slip a little bit, then you can let a little bit.
But you're not going to really notice that pressure on the street per se, unless you hit the canyons.
Yeah.
Like if you're just hitting the highways,
Yeah.
that couple pound difference you'll never really get into.
Unless it's like an on-ramp, and you're hitting an on-ramp or something like that, a little bit more technical, I guess you would say. But yeah, there's not a lot of roads around here unless you're in Palos Verdes.
Well, I'm in Malibu.
Yeah, so
I get all the
snake or whatever that is.
Well, they closed that. Now you got to go other places.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been there in a long time.
There's a lot. Well, enough of the cops, but still.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So now the bike's officially unlocked. You get to see all the madness behind the first service. changing the oil, going over once over everything, making sure that ECU gets unlocked. Now we get 15,000 RPM rev limit versus 8. So we should be able to hit 100 in second gear now. It's gonna be a ton of fun. So let me know what you want to see in the next video. Let me know if you want to see more of the motorcycles or more of the go-karts, more of the guns. You let me know. See you guys soon.